Yo, what's up, YouTube? Chisha Zed. Man, I am back. Peace, positivity, self-awareness, and motivation. Let's get into it.
If I went missing for 5 years and you got remarried, would you leave your new wife for me?
If you went missing?
If I went missing, like on Manifest and came back, would you leave your new wife for me?
Made a commitment.
You would leave me hanging?
Would you? What would you do if it was me?
Babe, if I went missing, if I was on a plane and dipped and we were supposed to land back home and I was gone, the love of your life gone, would you?
So guys, what you just saw right there is a woman who's been thoroughly and utterly imprinted by her man. But before we get into this video, don't forget to destroy that like button the same way that PJ Washington destroyed his life when he thought he could turn a 304 into a housewife. She's sitting there, she's asking her boyfriend, she said, hey, if I went missing, if I disappeared somehow, some way, you know, women, they start asking crazy questions. When you have them like crazy over you, they start asking questions like this, right? Would you love me if I was a rock? You know, shit like that. They'll be like, would you love me if I was fat? That's just, I don't know what it is about women, but when you do get them to a place, I know what it is. They're crazy. She's asking her boyfriend, she said, hey, if I was to disappear like Manifest. Manifest is a show on Netflix. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's like some people on a plane, they go on the plane, they disappear for 5 years. Anyways, so she's asking him, hey, if I disappeared out of nowhere and you got remarried to another woman, would you leave her for me? And she's trying to judge his level of attachment and how much he cares for her, right? Fellas, there are a lot of women out here who belong to other men. A lot of them. And when I say belong to other men, I'm not saying she's taken. Most of these women are single, but they've been imprinted. A man has not only, because when guys hear that, they're like, oh, okay, she took some good D. Now she's obsessed and she can't. No. It goes past sexual. It goes past the smashing, guys. It's now entered into a mental ownership of a woman. If you not only give a woman what you're supposed to give her in the bedroom, but also give her, add to her mind. Listen, the type of attachment that comes with those two things combined is what a lot of people refer to as imprinting a woman, right? She belongs to you. She will. And it sounds like some form of ownership because it is. That's the way the world works, especially when it comes to women. Now, this looks differently than people think it really does, right? So for example, it's not just being attracted and can't get over to that ex who dug her out the right way and also taught her things. It's also that type of a guy she won't be able to get away from mentally. Like the late Patrice O'Neal says, man, these women are goofy. They're goofy. And if you meet a woman and you're not only gamed up when it comes to just like the carnal things like in the bedroom, but you also can teach her mind and elevate her mental to a different state of mind. I mean, teach her things, change her perspective on life. That's what a man's supposed to do. Because a woman's natural place to navigate through life is emotionalism, right? Men are logical. So you are at an advantage when it comes to learning how life works and truly understanding it, which is why guys can accept the RP a lot more than women, because that emotional pull that pulls them to delusion, to thinking they're all tens and life is this place where everybody should be treated equally. And, it's just some fairy tale place. They can't understand the truth as well, right? So when a woman meets a man and he's busting those cheeks, right? Not only that, he's feeding her mind, teaching her things. Listen, sometimes you're not even doing this on purpose, man. Sometimes the chick is just watching the way you move, Your state of mind is just elevated to such a level that everything you say, she's never heard of things said that way. She's never thought of life that way. You change the way she sees the life. You change perspective. I know you guys are thinking like, man, I don't have time to be out here changing minds, bro. I'll blow her back out and just toss her back into the streets. Nah, there's some men out there, and I've experienced this myself, that any woman, if she see me, like even if she's in the rotation with other chicks, right, and I have a rotation going, that time she spends with me, she's learning. Think of people who you admire in this life. Now, imagine spending an average of 1 hour a week with that person who you admire. That would change your life. There are men out here who are gamed up mentally and physically, and those two combinations with women are lethal. They're lethal. Which is why, women who are in the streets don't understand that, hey, playing there can really mess up your mind. It makes it harder for you to pair bond with another potential mate. And guys, this is why it's so important that if you're out here dating and dealing with these women, they have to view you as alpha. They have to respect your alpha. They have to respect your game. Because don't get it twisted, man. You're being compared, right, to everything that she's had prior to that. There are a lot of guys right now who don't understand, why won't my girl respect me? Why does she always look at me like I'm just some, guy who's heading nowhere? Well, because she's comparing you to the best that she's ever had. Right? So it's important to make sure you're not messing with women who don't view you as alpha. That's number one. Number two is, hey, you really want a woman's mind? You really want to tap into that place where a woman, because this is crazy. Like, let's think about this. This is the type of woman that a guy would marry, right? And think, oh yeah, she's mine. Not know that her man's in jail. He comes out of jail. She's like, oh my gosh, he's back. One text, she's gone. She meets up with him for coffee. She's looking in his eyes and she feels butterflies. Oh, he's the guy that changed everything for me. He's the guy that changed my life. And you got to be able to spot that. She has to view as alpha. And even if she does view as alpha, she could leave because, he may have a little bit more meant to hold on her, right? A lot of this stuff is contextual. But going back to what I said, man, if you have both of those elements, you're lethal as a man. But again, a lot of these women out here cannot bond with the man the way they're supposed to. They belong to someone else. And just because you can get them physically and you think, oh yeah, I'm giving her this good D, man, busting those cheeks right. She's calling your name. Everything's great. Do you have her mind though? Does she respect you up here? It's not all just about the bedroom. Because a lot of the times, man, if you have a woman's mind, that takes the stuff that goes on in the bedroom to a whole different level itself. She's expecting this guy to leave her wife in case she goes missing. That's your question. Would you leave your wife? Women do not base life on commitment and the right thing to do and, integrity. No, women base their life in emotionalism, which is why they make for bad leaders in most cases. Yeah, I said it. This is just the truth. So what can we learn from this? Number one, there are women out there who, if they don't view you as alpha, right? And alpha guys, like I said, by now you guys know what that means. It means a leader. She doesn't respect you that way. Then if she views you as a simp, if you feel like your relationship with her is more transactional, right, based in what you can provide for her, and she doesn't actually want to be with you, but it just seems like, he's a good guy, he's the right, then you're in for some shit. There's some trouble coming. On the other hand, if you are a man who understands this, oh man, then you're lethal, right? Because guys, women need guidance. You gotta guide your chick. You got to know this. If you're dealing with women, they'll say things sometimes and you think to yourself, huh? Like, why do you think that way? You got to be able to break it down. Change your perspective on how she views life. You do that to a woman, then you can imprint her. There are women out there that men know they're married, they have a boyfriend, they know that they could F their whole situation up with one single phone call. One, you got to be aware, man. You got to stay on your game mentally, physically. Right? And do not associate yourself with women who view you as beta. Guys say, well, how is a woman going to view you as beta if you're alpha? Guys, not every woman is going to see me as alpha. Not every woman is going to see you as alpha. Alpha is contextual, which is why when guys say, no, man, this guy's not beta, or I talked about Nick Cannon. I said, well, he's beta, he's alpha. No, he's not alpha, he's beta. It's contextual, guys. A woman who's, I like using this example. A woman who's in the church and she's very religious and she's, well, doesn't matter what you do. If you tell her you don't believe in God and blah, 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 to her, she's not going to want to mess with you. She's crossed you off. Same thing with women who are gold diggers or women who just deal with men who are just kind of upper class as far as financial status goes, like the top 0.5% of men. Doesn't matter how much game you have, bro. Sure, you can smash, but still, she may not see you as alpha. Most likely she won't, especially if alpha to her is defined by a man's financial status. But hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, man. Hit that like button. If you didn't hit it earlier, hit it now. Also, make sure you're subscribed. Let me know what you thought of the content. The goal is 30K subscribers by December 1st, which is my birthday. Listen, I appreciate you all. More videos to come. As always, till next time.
I'm a walking Liberty Bell. Freedom ring through my stride. Freedom to be inside and be a slave to my pride. And right away it is scream. Man, this love's so serene. I should probably shake it up just a little bit.